Yes, good afternoon to one and all. We start the technical session 3. Technical session 3 will be handled by K. Ramasamy sir, College Librarian, MB Muthaya College, Government Arts and Science College for Women, Dindikkal. He has a scholar who secured 3 gold medals in BCom and obtained university rank in both BLIC and MLIC program. His academic excellence further reflected clearing SLET once, JRF twice, and UGC NET 6 times, a remarkable achievement that earned recognition of the Indian Book of Records 2022. He delivered the speech session on the case studies and the best practices. Now I hand over the session to our person. Dr. Ramasamy sir, please.
Yes, Mani. Is my PPT visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Books are the lighthouses, directing the great sea of time, EP people. The most respected and honorable principals are management, Dr. Mani, organizing secretary, and the members of the organizing committee, and a beloved galaxy of beautiful librarians. Very, very pleasant and joyful afternoon to each and every one of you. It gives me immense pleasure to be part of this online seminar, which focuses upon the contributions and the role of library and information science professionals in the ranking process. In fact, my presentation revolves around best practices and case studies. So dear friends, see, as a librarians, we bother about 2 things. One is organizing the information in the libraries and serving the library patterns with the information requirements. So when you are trying to do these 2 tasks in your library, you need to take up a lot of processes, procedures, policies, actions, events, programs, and whatnot. Starting from getting the requirements of users on what they need to satisfy the information requirements, procuring the books, processing the books, maintaining the books, circulating the books, weeding out the books, and rendering all kinds of services meant for the users, use of ICT in managing the library, in rendering the services to the library users. So in all these aspects, each and every one of us being a part of this noble profession is engaging ourselves in undertaking lot of activities, lot of functions, lot of events. So when you carry out all your library activities and programs in a meticulous manner, you need to think over whether the function, the activity, the service, what I do is able to serve the requirements of my library clientele. Are they the best practices? In fact, the term best practice means whenever you are trying to enhance the already existing function in your library, or whenever you want to effectively implement any kind of routines, operations in your library, that's called best practices. These best practices differ from institution to institution. The degree or level of best practices are different from organization to organization, depending on a lot of factors. See, what you are permitted to do in organizations or what you permit yourself to do in organization, it differs. So one is we are trying to enhance the effectiveness of the efficiency of already existing functions. Otherwise, you bring out something very new, what was not there, a unique one, a unique practice, a unique program in your library. Even that is also called as best practice. NAC defines best practice as an innovative thing. It can be a philosophy, it can be a policy, it can be a strategy or a program or a process, it can be anything. But this should be helping you to solve the problem. What is the problem? You are not going to get required books from the market, or you have a problem of reaching your users in the remote platforms. So how you are going to make use of your policies, strategies, programs to solve a problem, or how you are going to create new opportunities either for the library professionals or for the library patrons to get better experience in library operations. Overall, these best practices should have an impact on the organization where you are working. So that's what they say, it's a best practice. So best practice are the practices which are standardized over a period of time. You have been using them, you refine them, you make it better every day, every year. So it becomes good, it becomes better, and it becomes a best practice because it has proved its results. Whenever you're making use of best practices, they consistently give you superior results, either for managing information resources, managing the infrastructure that you have in the library, or whatever way you want to serve your library users. It can be anything. It can be a policy. See, we have got some policies in some leading institutions that every semester a student has to go to library and spend around 40 hours, for which he'll be getting minimum marks in the mark statement. So there are policies, or maybe technologies. You're using a lot of technologies, or you introduce a lot of services. Fine. So this is what we call as best practices. I just want to list out few of the best practices, and then I will take up some case studies of some school libraries and college libraries, and I'll share with you what kind of best practice you can see in those kinds of libraries. Fine. Yes. So this is a source I used in a very meticulous manner. They classified all the best practices into 4 different groups: traditionally followed best practices, ICT based best practices, library extension services, and general best practices. So the librarians who have a lot of experience in managing libraries, different species of libraries, we all have seen a lot of best practices. Maybe my presentation may be looking like a kind of a recollection of all the best practices. We just come to understand what kind of best practices other librarians are doing and what kind of practice I am doing. Is there any practice that I can take and adopt from other librarians? That's what the aim of this whole presentation is all about. So for example, when you say traditional best practices, we talk about conducting book exhibitions, having library hours for students, conducting orientation programs, especially for the first year students, and either displaying or listing the new arrivals that you receive in your library, or you have a library brochure or user handbook. Whenever a new child gets admitted into the library, you give a copy of this library user handbook to the library. You conduct book reviews and display them in the notice board. You have a library readers club. You conduct a lot of activities to enhance the reading habits of users. And you train the users on the use of lot of e-resources, both free, open source, and paid resources. You go for indexing and abstracting services. And based on the number of visits or based on number of books borrowed, you give best library user award every year. And you conduct library and user meets now and then to make each one of them exactly know the requirements. You conduct career guidance cell in your library, offering a lot of career related information to the users. You have book bank, the academic subject books which can be given to economically poor children. Or you can have a separate section called faculty publications. So these are all traditional best practices. When you are going to introduce all these ICT products and services, we get a lot of best practices. The first and foremost is having a computerized library with library software like Koha, Autolib, and all those things. Then you have got your own library web page or website. Some cases you can go for library blocks. And you have online public access catalog, wherein you're providing a computerized library catalog to the entire community. Then electronic document delivery services. Whenever there's a need for information, you send the information in a digital form to the users across the systems. And you carry out both the CAS and SDA services using the technological devices. SDA, you are focusing upon individual users based on their profile. And CAS, you are trying to give a bunch of information to the users to abridge them of the current developments. Or you are having access to electronic resources and you are enabling your users to access the resources using remote stations. You are running an institutional repository where all your institutional intellectual property are being collected and stored and disseminated. And you provide online full text service to your users. And even readers advisory services are being rendered using a lot of online platforms. Fine. And the library extension services, external membership. Sometimes being a librarian, we give the membership library usage provision to external members. Maybe by collecting some nominal cash and deposits. Interlibrary loan, we can engage and learn and earn scheme, photocopying services, keeping suggestion box in the library, rendering newspaper clipping services, having a feedback register either in the print form or the digital form to collect the feedback from the library users and different perspectives of libraries, including library collections and library services. You have a library help desk to guide the users on how effectively they can make use of library facilities, and introduce a lot of ICT based security measures like CCTV or RFID technology. And apart from this, there are general, very common best practice like you have a regular library advisory committee meetings. You go for binding of books and periodicals. You include information about the library in all the college prospects and websites. You go for question paper preservation for the use of the upcoming students. Every year you have a calendar of activities that you plan to conduct in a particular year. You try to make use of organic pesticides to keep the books away from damages or from insects. You have a lot of infographics in libraries displaying your library activities, achievements, and programs. And very general, keep the library neat and clean. So these are all the a common classification of best practices. Since I want to take much time in showing you, I just skip this particular small PPT. I'll move on to case studies now. See, case studies are the real life illustrations of what kinds of practices I have done, I have seen in other libraries. And my association with school libraries is very long enough. I had served school libraries from 1997 to 2014, 16 and a half long years in different schools. So, in the first perspective, I will show you some of the practices which I felt was something good, something beneficial, something unique in my libraries. I would like to show you. Soundaraja Vidyalaya Library, Dindigul, is the first library where I walked upon. There we had introduced two best practices. One is audio library. So we had 1997, we had a tape recorder with the 2 decks and a lot of story cassettes. Whenever children come to the library, we let them listen to the stories. Once they listen to the story, they need to write in a piece of paper the name of the story they listened to, the characters they came across, and the characters they liked most. That was one practice. Then we have DD channel alerts. So those days, every day, we get DD channel information newspapers. So at what time, what subject there will be telecast in DD, Doordarshan. So we'll make a note of all those subjects. We'll send a circular to the class teachers and the students, and we arrange for their DD channel viewing every day. There was a routine practice. So these are two practices I had in my first school. Then I moved to Kendriya Vidyalaya, Newsprint Nagar, Kerala. There I could see two good practices. One is Scholastic Book Club. So there was a company called Scholastic, even now it is there. So they supply catalogs to us, not catalogs, it's a kind of a list of books from classes 1 to 8. So what we used to do is that we'll be going and handing over all these pamphlets, list of books to the students from class 1 to 8. So they will have a consultation with their parents. They will take the books that they need and they'll come to the library with a payment. We'll remit the payment to Scholastic Book Incorporation, and within 10 days, they'll come and supply the books to the students. That's a kind of a Scholastic Book Club we had to promote the reading habits. On the other side, we had a club which was named by a student, Eureka Club, where we try to conduct lots of programs almost every week to enhance the general knowledge caliber of the students. Then I moved to KV INS Dronacharya, Cochin, Kerala. So there we had conducted story hours for primary students. So we had students from classes 3 to 5 coming to library. So we used to conduct either I will be telling the stories or we will ask the children to read a couple of pages in a storybook. And all of us, including other classmates, we'll have a discussion on that particular story, finding out the difficult words and explaining them, all those things and all. Then we had Yellow Pages. You might have heard about Yellow Pages. Yellow Pages was a telephone directory. So they conducted competitions for students 3 years. And as a leader of Yellow Pages, I guided children for 3 years. See, we have to take a topic. You have to find out the research gap. we should go for collecting information about the background literature. We have to do a survey, a physical survey, a practical survey. We have to collect the data, and based on that, we have to give suggestions. That's what a competition. Both we had individual competitions and group competitions. So we used to encourage children. We used to teach them how they have to search for the information, how they have to collect the information, and how they have to present themselves. So we used to train from library, and I was happy to share that in all the 3 years, we were the winners of this Yellow Pages contest. Then I moved to another school, KV Donimalai, which is in Bellary district, Karnataka. There, I was happy with two things. One is primary library. So we got a separate primary building where students from class 1 to 5 are seated. So what we thought that we should not disturb children to come all the way from primary building to secondary building to access the library. So what we did, we created a special library in the primary building itself, a room meant for primary library with some 1,500 books, with 6 to 7 magazines like Chambak, Chandamama, Children's Magazine, Tell Me Why, Wisdom, all those things, plus one newspaper. So we created an exclusively primary library for the primary children. That was a very good initiative we had those years. Then the first library block of my career, I started in KV Donimalai long before in 2008-9. Is the first block, library block, even now it is active actually. So this block talks about the creation of library committee for the year 2009-10, and the library orientation program and the book review programs that we were conducting in our KV Donimalai library. And this is an exclusive primary library we had for primary children. On the right side, you can see the kind of materials that we were providing to students in 2009. Study material for class 12 science, sample papers for class 10th, and this tells about our library rules, collection, services, statistics, all those things and all. And then I just came to KV number 1 Narimed Madurai before I moved to college libraries. I should say this KV was my experimentation station, where I was able to carry out a lot of practices, okay, either for managing the information or for rendering useful services to the library users. See, we had class library. See, I was given around, we had classes 1 to 5. Every class had 4 sections, so 20 sections were there. So I was given 20 aluminum boxes in the library. So we used to fill each aluminum box with some 50 books, okay, or some 75 books, double the size of the class strength. And at the beginning of every year, we used to go and give these boxes to all the primary classes. And every once in 2 months, we will go on replacing the books by taking the old books and giving them fresh books. That was a beautiful experience I had as far as class libraries. Of course, later on, what we did know, in all those 20 classrooms, primary classes, we created one wooden box called box libraries. And instead of aluminum boxes, we used to go and deposit the books in those wooden locked boxes. So during free periods or library periods, children will take the books from those wooden cupboards, a small cupboard consisting of around 40 to 100 books. So they will take and read. And see, book selection, whenever you want to take select books for the library, we used to go to Tamunka Maidanam in Madurai. Around 100 to 120 bookstalls will be there. And one full day we used to spend in the exhibition. We will take one child from class 12th science, one child from class 12th commerce, and we will take 2 or 3 children from class 9th and 10th. And we'll go with subject teachers. On one full day, we'll go around the entire exhibition halls, and we will ask the children to pick up the books, what they need to read on behalf of their own friends. So that was a good idea we had in my KV Narimedu. Then even library note, the children, when they come to library, they should have a library note and they should write whatever they read in that particular period. And at the end of the period, I used to go and sign in all the notebooks of boys in one period and girls in another period. So like that, we had a lot of experimentations in KV and Madurai. I just would like to tell you, see, this is our KV number 1 Madurai library. And once if you open this door, you can see inside stack room, this is a reading hall, and this is a teacher's corner. And this is how we were displaying our magazines for our children. And this is our stack room. And this is a reading hall where I was sitting here, and this small stage where we used to conduct a lot of our library activities. Good. And library block. So we had a library block for KV1 Madurai library, and we have around 47 lakhs visitors as on the day. So though I had left the KVS in 2014, I could see a good number of users are there for this library block. And you can see all the information about our library. You can see from here, our library, our collection, our class libraries, our library committee, our library timetable, all the information about the library you can see in the our library column. Then various categories of information we used to give to our children, including career information and sample papers, or question papers, or links to very important sites like biography sites, sites for competitive examinations, sites for ebooks, and sites for various mathematical Olympiad examinations. So all these things we used to provide library block. And even we have given RSS feed to news, because we used to have a Hindi news to be read in the morning assembly. So whenever children ask for Hindi news, so we used to tell the children, go to library block. We have given Aaj Tak news. Every day it will change because it's an RSS feed. They will copy the RSS news. And library was a hosting station for a lot of programs conducted for either students or for even teachers. We used to conduct different kinds of programs in the library. And the library flyers. So library flyers, nothing but one-page document that records and documents what we have done. So we used to have a lot of flyers. This one flyer talks about self-reflection 2012-13, whatever we have done in the library in that particular year, including periodicals, budget, library website usage, library activities, readers class programs, book issue statistics in a single page. We had a library flyer for International Children's Book Day that we celebrated. Similarly, World Book Day, April 23, 2013. So we had small library flyer that talks only about this particular event. And the library story awards we used to conduct for class 4 and 5 children. We have a separate flyer for that. Just like that, we used to have newsletters, not only for the library, even for the college, even for the primary section. From the library side, we used to prepare library newsletters using a software called MS Publisher. Even now it is there, so you can just try that. So this is a newsletter we prepared for the primary section called Rainbow. Okay, and we had our school library newsletter by name KV Madurai Melange, which was designed and released by the library. And apart from that, we had our own library newsletter called Fiesta. And we have a special newsletter for the Readers Club. So we had a beautiful Readers Club in KV Madurai. And we used to conduct lots of programs. Every once in 14 days, a lot of programs. And we have got office bearers. And we got different groups. Every group will have a name. There will be a leader. There will be assistant leader. Good. And every year we used to give different names to all these groups. See, just I used to conduct a small kind of competition. We get the names from the students and we give name for the groups. Amazing Readers Gang, Dazzling Readers Crew. Like that, no, we used to coin new names for the library group teams. See, we had conducted a lot of programs in the Readers Club umbrella. See, we had programs like Tellinganai. It's a program. And we have a program called A Ray of Review After My Digesting, a program on book review. I the Spinner, I the Creator. We'll ask children to create their own story and tell us. And storytelling time. Stole My Heart, a slice from my weekly reading cake. See, whatever you read in the previous week, if you had anything very interesting to share, that can be shared. So we still have wonderful programs in the Readers Club. And these are the photos of the Readers Club. And we used to organize a lot of book exhibitions. So these are kind of book exhibitions organized for our school children. And you can see the photos here, where we used to arrange whatever books we purchased from various booksellers. We used to have an exhibition library. And this is how we have our exhibitions. And this exhibition is exclusive meant for primary classes. We purchase books and we had an exhibition for primary class children. And we used to invite the Scholastic Book Incorporation to have a book exhibition library, Scholastic Book Exhibition every year. We used to have in Madurai. And we had a legacy of celebrating all kinds of library-related, book-related, reading-related events. So one example is National Book Week celebrations. We used to conduct a lot of competitions and celebrate it with the students and drawing competitions, speech competitions. This is something when we tried character parade. So we have taken some 5 to 6 children and we asked them what is the character they have to portray. So they have mask. So the mask tells what kind of author, what kind of character the particular person is. So he or she will come in the front and she will tell about the name of the character and the storybooks where she appeared and what is the role, contribution, all those things. So something like character parade. It's a beautiful thing we tried. Then bookmark designing competitions we used to conduct. We used to conduct online reading polls in the library. And this is a library Twitter account we had for our library. Fine. And apart from this, so we thought we should do something based on the subject needs of either either school teachers or faculty members or students. So what we did was we developed a good number of blogs which will cater to the information requirements of a specific group of audience. For example, we had a blog for 12th accountancy students. Basically, I'm a commerce student, so I created a blog for commerce students with the 6 lakh visitors. And we had, I was a scout master for more than 14 years. So I developed a library blog in the name of Pravesh to Rajya Puruskar. A blog that gives all kinds of required information for the students, those who are preparing for different scout exams, starting from Pravesh, Pradama Sopan, Dvitiya Sopan, Tritiya Sopan, Rajya Puruskar. All the notes will be available here. It's got around 34 lakh visitors. Then we had NCF. You might have heard about NCF, National Curriculum Framework 2005. So in order to educate our library faculty members and the school teachers about NCF, we created a special blog on NCF 2005. And see, many of our school teachers, they used to go to organize scout camps. So they need the information on how to conduct the camp, what kind of formats they require, how to present the report. So we create an exclusive blog for those teachers who would be going and conducting and assisting the camps. This is our library backdrop site, because when you go beyond a particular limit, your site may not be sufficient enough to hold all the data. So it's a kind of a background site which will hold all your data. So it's a background site. Then even for programs, see, for example, if you are conducting any program in your institution, you can create one blog for that particular program. So recently you might have seen, whenever there's a conference, there'll be a blog or a website where they will give you all information related to that particular conference. Similarly, in 2012, when we had in-service training programs for teachers, when we conducted in KV Madurai, what we did was we organized and competitions and all. We conducted the program for 14 days, and we created a special blog only for that PRT in-service course. Okay, covering everything, day-to-day activities, pictures, everything. Okay, fine. So that's about my experience in school libraries. And whenever we talk about innovations and best practices, I should say that we have to refer to KV Pattam. Unless otherwise you refer to KV Pattam, the talk about best practice will not be complete. That's what this is my personal opinion. Because see, we had a legendary librarian called SL Faisal, who was in KV Pattam. Now he has transferred to KV Kanchikode, I believe. So his website, just to go and see his blog, I can say it's one of the primary and premier blogs ever created by school librarian. In fact, that is the first fully automated library in the entire KVS, and you will get a lot of ideas. See what kind of new methods that can be employed for reaching the users, how those practices are to be documented. See, it's a wonderful site. Kindly visit this particular site, librarykvpattam.wordpress.com. It has got more than 86 lakhs visitors as on today. A beautiful site. You just go there, no, you'll come to understand. See, the library provides OPAC. They have virtual library. They have a digital library. They have audio library. And KV Pattam, they have got their own podcast. And they've got different kinds of initiatives. These are the different initiatives. What I am reading now, my favorite books, Facebook reading challenge, Sunday short films, e-magazines, karaoke, YouTube channel, okay, question papers bank, library is available in Facebook, it is available in Twitter, and it is available in Linktree. Linktree is a landing page. They made use of the Linktree, and here is a lot of a set of interesting programs conducted by KV Pattam. I am a Facebook challenger. That is a beautiful event. Meet the author, meet the poet program, and selecting reader of the month every year and displaying the readers' names along with their images, library block. Okay, and he provides lot of categories of information to the students community. And they had a project called LOLIB, a community project where a box will be kept. You can go and take any book of your choice. But after taking a book from the box, little open library, you should give, you should keep, or you should give one book to that particular open library. That is a condition. It is a community-based book exchange initiative, which was launched by KV Pattam. And then we had Kindle readers, very popular Kindle readers that we had in KV library Pattam. And see, he has given 21 different activities that you can have during library periods. A beautiful experience. Fine. And gift a book, get a friend. It's another initiative from KV Pattam. They had introduced summer reading challenge 2024. So during summer, what is a reading challenge? How many books you have to read? What kind of competitions or programs you need to participate for this challenge? And they used to celebrate National Library Week with different programs, like there's a program called My Dear Book from the teachers. And they used to celebrate, I have not seen anywhere so far in my life, they used to celebrate Harry Potter's birthday for the last 3 to 4 years, 2010, 11, 12, 13. No, they used to celebrate Harry Potter's birthday just like anything. Even they had a cake cut. They had a birthday cake and they celebrated Harry Potter's birthday. A lot of competitions. It's a unique one, you can see. And they provide web opac, and they had KV Pattam library padlets. There, every student, those who are reading, will come and share what is the book they are reading at present. So it's a beautiful experience. Just go through the library Pattam block. You get a lot of ideas. So based on that, no, either you can have the same program implemented in your library, or you can try to modify it, or you can try to improvise it in a different style, different angle, and you can use it. Absolutely no problem. So that's about my experience in school libraries. And I'll move on to college libraries now. So since 2014, I have been in college libraries. Since 2014. So we used to experiment a lot of things based on the inputs I have taken from my seniors, by seeing what kind of practices are going on in other libraries. So we have started doing some kind of activities. I hope that will be useful to you all. So this is our library. Okay. I think having a special collection is one of the best practices you can have in the library. You can have a separate competitive exam corner, or you can have a question bank section, or you can have all your UG and PG students' projects or previous MPhil scholars' dissertations, a special collection. In our library, we had around 500 books on competitive examinations, which were donated by Tamil Nadu government. So we have a separate section. We have a book bank collection. We have a rare book section, and we have our own in-house publications, a separate section. You cannot think of it. And this is a library block, a block which we created in 2017, where we used to give all the information about library resources, library services, library activities, library programs, library events, everything you can find in library block. In 2022, due to some technical issues, we had to start a new block for our library activities. So we created in 2022, and this is our new library block, including our library data, information for students, are linked to endless resources, now ONOS, all library activities, fine. And similarly, just like our subject blocks, we had created one subject gateway for the students of commerce and business administration. So what we did was, we went around and collected the freely available learning resources, not the books, learning resources, support materials, or learner materials which are available free of cost online in the portals of different universities. Okay, so we downloaded those things and we made them available in a single platform. This one subject gateway. So depending on your UG subject, depending on your PG subject, or depending on the subject where you are more interested, you can go and create these kinds of subject gateways for different categories of students. And being a librarian, so every now and then there will be a demand from the IQS office about the activities that you had conducted and all other kinds of statistics. So what we did in our college, we created a library report station where whatever we do in the library, in terms of activities or programs or conferences or seminars, library statistics, library uses, library purchases. Everything will be documented according to the format prescribed by IQAC, and all these reports will be made available in a full-fledged PDF format in this particular station called Library Report Station. You can also try to create a station like this. And we have a blog called memjournal.wordpress.com, because our college, we publish a journal called MEM Journal, a multidisciplinary journal. So far, we had issued 10 volumes. So all the 10 volumes can be accessed using my this library blog, memjournal.wordpress.com. And last year, recently, we started one pixel site for our library. Pixels means whatever programs you conduct in library, only the images will be made available in this blog. You can see here, this is our library orientation program we had last year. And you can see here, 2025-26, we conducted around 11 programs. For all the 11 programs, you can see and download the photos from this particular site. Yeah, a site which is exclusively meant for, you can say it is kind of a gallery site for our library. And this one we launched recently, a month before, mvmgacinnews.blogspot.com. So whenever there is a news about our college in any of the newspapers, and we'll take a screenshot of those newspapers, and we'll make all the screenshots available in this blog. That's called our news archives blog. You can think of it. And this is one prompt repository we created, because our children, they started using a lot of AI tools like ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude AI. Many tools are there. So in order to empower them with exactly what kind of prompt they should give to get the data, we create a prompt repository on different headings. Very recently, we started this particular blog. And if you want to select a journal, if you want to literature review, if you want to go for a reference management, or if you want to go for a reference query, what kind of prompt you can use to get exact results from various AI tools. Good. So that's about availability of subject blocks. Then comes book exhibitions. So now and then we used to conduct book exhibitions, and we let the students and teachers to come and have a look at the books that we are available. And even we tell the children to recommend books which we can purchase from this. For different years, we conduct book exhibitions. Okay. Yes. Then our library notice board, where we display two things mainly. One is career guidance service. Every week we'll display. And these are called creative corner. So whatever artistic works or drawings or poems written by our children, those creative works will be displayed in our library notice board. You can try this. Then new arrivals. Whenever we purchase any new books, especially for central library, we used to display the books in the library maybe for a period of 1 week, so that children will get to understand what are the new books that reached our library. Fine. Then library awards, as many of us do, every year we give library user awards. Since 2018-19, I'm giving. Especially we give these awards in our college annual day. Whoever may be the guest of the day, the guest will be requested to gift our best library users. This is our last year's. We are given awards based on two different categories. First category consists of users based on most visits, and second is based on most books borrowed. In two different categories, we are given awards last year. And we used to celebrate almost all kinds of library or book related events. So National Librarians Day 2018, 2019. So we used to conduct a lot of competitions, including quiz competition, essay writing competition, or book cover designing competition, or Tamil poem writing competition, many such competitions. And last year we had a mega quiz competition on books and authors in English literature and Tamil literature, joining hands with the Department of English. Then World Book Day 2022, we had a lot of competitions. One competition was bookmark designing competitions. So whatever bookmarks designed by students, we had conducted a small exhibition of all the bookmarks designed by our children. And 2023, we celebrated World Book Day with a unique competition called Selfie with the Book. So we requested librarians to take a selfie with their favorite book and send the selfie to us. We awarded the best selfies. And in 2024, we joined hands with the non-Mudalvan team, and we celebrated World Book Day with a lot of competitions. And the awards were given by non-Mudalvan team. In 2023, we had National Library Week celebrations as an extension activity. See, I had seen lot of friends are there, lot of librarians. They go out of their library, they go to nearby schools, they go to nearby villages, they go to nearby colleges to a kind of extension service. So what we did was, see, we went to a nearby government girls higher secondary school, and we created an awareness about the reading and reading habits. We conducted competitions and given them prizes and certificates. That was a really a beautiful moment, distributing the gifts to small children, girl children. No, it was a great event. And in 2024, National Library Week, we celebrated a book review program. So you might have heard about a book called Noolahology. You might have heard of a book in Tamil, Noolahology, which was written by Aisha Nadarajan, where there are 13 chapters. Each chapter talks about a unique library that he had witnessed. Okay, so what we did was that we had 13 departments. So we have given one chapter to every department. We have given one chapter to one department. So we had 13 departments, 13 representatives, and we had around 3 to 4 hours of a beautiful book review program. So that was a good initiative from our side. This year, National Librarians Day. So we are planning to conduct a telethon, just like marathon, readathon. We thought we would go for something called a telethon. It's nothing but a storytelling competition, which is exclusively planned for UG students and PG students. A day full of maybe morning 10 to evening 3 with 1 hour break. We used to have stories being narrated by our selected students from UG and PG section. That's a plan we have for the coming National Librarians Day. And library orientation program, every one of us, irrespective of the library, we go for library orientation program, especially for the first year UG students and first year PG students. And we used to guide them on what kinds of resources we have in the library, what are the rules and regulations, procedures they need to follow while they are using the library. So we used to conduct orientation program every year, and either we do it independently, or sometimes, recently government has told that whenever first year students come to the library, come to the college, you need to conduct either 3 days or 5 days or 7 days lengthy program, just like an induction program. So in that particular 7 days or 5 days program, normally a slot of 1 hour will be given to the librarian, where we go and tell about the library resources and the services. This is a program we had in 21-22, 22-23, then 23-24, then 24-25 we had orientation program. Then this is 25-26, and this is recently, I think, last week, as a part of 1 week induction program, I was given a slot to talk about library and its services. Fine. Then see, what I've observed in my college is that students, those who are in second year PG, so they are not good enough. They are not aware of the reference management. They are not aware of the freely available open access e-resources, and they are not aware of services like either Enlist or ONOS, and they don't know much about the problems of plagiarism or how to get away from and get rid of plagiarism. So we thought, why shouldn't we conduct a student development program called Information Literacy Development Session for PG second year students? So starting from 2018-19, so every year we have been conducting 1 day program for PG students. So 1 day, morning to evening for art students. The second day, morning to evening for science students. Okay, fine. So we used to conduct this kind of exclusive student development program for PG second year students, so that it will be easy for those students when they're going to prepare their second year 4th semester project. Fine. So this is from 19, and this is 19-20, and this is 20-21. We had information literacy sessions in the online mode due to Corona. Then 21-22. Then we had 22 and 23. We used to conduct the programs. 23-24 we had program, live program, and this 24-25. So every year we used to conduct these kinds of programs for students. This is from 25-26. Yes. Then there was a demand from Commerce Department, Economics Department, and Geography Department of our college. Sir, there is a syllabus called Research Methodology. In that, there is a unit called SPSS. So they asked me to handle a session on SPSS package for the students of Commerce, Economics, and Geography. So we started in a smaller way in 2020-23 for 34 MCOM students and 9 MA Economics students. A 2 days workshop on SPSS. So starting from installation till the basic analysis that they need for conducting their PG projects. So it was a 2 days workshop we used to conduct. Then 23-24 also we had a 2-day workshop. Then 24-25 we expanded further to a 3 days program, and even we included students from neighboring colleges. So in 24-25 we joined hands with Government Arts College in Nilakote, and we conducted 3 days SPS workshop. And 25-26 we joined hands with Shakti College of Palani, and we had 3 days SPS workshop. So this has become a routine library service now. And this year we are going to have it on 27-29, and this time again we are joining hands with a government college in Nilakote. Fine, that's one practice. And then see, in our college, every department they used to have something called association meeting. Every department association meeting. So they will invite some experts from outside, and they will conduct a program on a particular topic. So I requested my principal, sir, you give me an opportunity so that I can conduct a Central Library Association meeting from 2021 onwards, CLAM. So every year I used to invite invariably, except in 1 year, very dedicated and serving women librarians to this particular program. I want to tell my students, see, as a woman, since I'm working in a women's college, see, being a woman, taking a librarianship as a profession is how good it is, how powerful it is, how beneficial it is. So I used to tell them. So every year we used to conduct this CLAM association meeting, 11, 12, 23. Then in 24, we had a program. This in 25, we had a program. In 26, we had a program. So every year we have this CLAM. So you take a particular idea, you make it as a practice, a program. You try to find out what are the problems you have in conducting this particular program. What is the outcome of these kinds of programs? You keep on refining it so that until then it becomes a best practice. Then seminars organized from library side. We used to organize a lot of seminars. 18, 19, 20. We had conducted a good number of seminars on different concepts. And we had organized a TANSI sponsored. So that's a very good practice. So being a librarian, we should never think that only teaching faculty will apply for financial assistance from ICSR or from UGC or from ICHR or ICSR. No, it's not like that. See, even whether you are a teaching faculty or librarian, that doesn't matter. If you are applying for a project with a very good topic and well framed the program schedule, definitely you'll be getting funds. This one fund we received from TANSI, and we organized a seminar in 2021-22, and we had a national seminar in 22-23 we organized. Then another state level seminar in 24-25, and we joined hands with GTN Arts College, and both of us conducted one state level research methodology seminar last year in August 2025. Apart from seminars, we used to conduct webinars also. So in 2021, 2022, we used to organize a lot of programs, and we used to join hands with other institutions. See, I think that's one of the best practices. Even though you are conducting a small program, try to collaborate with others. Maybe either with other departments of your own college or your neighboring colleges. You can just join hands with them and you can conduct programs. See, for example, this is a national webinar we conducted, join hands with Mala. And this one national webinar we conducted, joining hands with GTN Arts College, Dindigul. And this is a program, international webinar. We organized, joining hands with the Government Arts and Science College, Madurai, Meenakshi College. And in 2021-22, we got fund from ICSR, and we conducted one national webinar. And joining hands with the Government Arts College, Kumbhakonam, we organized one collaborative national webinar. And joining hands with GTN Arts College, we conducted one collaborative virtual conference. So this way, I think when next time when you're planning to conduct a program, try to join hands with other libraries and other institutions. That has got a great value when it comes to NAC. Then we used to conduct online quizzes. And this one research colloquium we organized along with GTN Arts College for the research scholars exclusively. And see, we two colleges, our college and LRG Government Arts Tirupur, we conducted one collaborative online storytelling competition. Storytelling competition, normally we have it in the physical mode, but in the online mode, joining hands with another college, we conducted one storytelling competition. That you can think of it. Then comes MEM reads. So to create a spark in our students' minds on how they have to inculcate the habit of reading. One initiative what we started was MEM reads. So we fix a date and time. In that time, maybe around 40 minutes, the entire college will read, including our principal, teaching staff, non-teaching staff. UG students, PG, everybody, they will choose a location and they will sit and read for 45 minutes. Okay, MEM reads a program. We had it in 2022, we had it in 2024, and in 2025, our Dindigul district collector, Dr. Saravanan, sir had given an idea. See, sir, why don't you bring around 5,000 students to MEM college, and in the ground, you will write Dindigul Vasikkirathu. That means Dindigul reads. That's what they have written. See, we made children stand on these words so that when you see the eagle's point of view, it will look like it's written in chalk piece. Actually, students are standing. All the students are standing in this format. Dindigul Vasikkirathu. Around 5,000 students visited our college from neighboring colleges, and we had a grand a reading program. So that is how we want to inculcate reading habits in our children. And last 2 years, from Government of Tamil Nadu, especially Directorate of Public Libraries, so they conduct something called Youth Literature Festival or Vaigai Ilakkiya Thiruvila in every district. And last 2 years, they had given an opportunity to our college to conduct this Youth Literature Festival in our college. And being the librarian and library, we have taken up this responsibility, and we conducted this Youth Literature Festival for 10 days, 10 different competitions, and our students, only our students participated. It's not for other colleges. And we had given prizes worth 1,20,000 to the prize winners. Not we, government has given, Director of Public Libraries. Similarly, this year, 2025-26 also, we had an opportunity, and we conducted this Youth Literature Festival in a very grand manner. In 2 years, we conducted. That was a great opportunity given to us, and we had different kind of competitions for children, according to the list of competitions given by Government of Tamil Nadu. Then comes this small mobile app. You can think of creating a mobile app for your library website. This we created using an app called App Guest Platform. You can also try. And internship. See, around 30 kilometers away from my college, we have a college called Revered Jacob Memorial Christian College. So they had a BLSC program there. So for 2 years, they sent children from that college to our library, so that it's a kind of internship program where we will teach them what kind of library operations or practices we have in the library. So that's a kind of small internship program which will last for just 2 days or 1 day. Okay, this is for 2 days, 2021 May, and this is for 22-23 also we had it on a day. So it's a small initiative. Then exposure visit. See, either we bring government college, school students from neighboring schools, or sometimes even from CU office, they will send a group of students to our college to have an idea of how a college will look like, what kind of facilities are available in a government college. So we used to get children from government high secondary schools, especially those who are in 11th or 12th, and we used to conduct exposure classes for those children. We used to conduct for 2 or 3 years. And this is our library website. See, it's our college website. See, whenever you are not able to create your own library blog or your own website, at least we have to insist that in our college website, there should be a separate tag, a menu called library, and we should provide all library related information in our college website also. That is my request. Okay, in many colleges, they do provide a special space. If it is available, try to make use of it, and try to give maximum information about your library in the college website. Then comes library newsletters. So whatever we did in a particular academic year, either library activities or programs or seminars, library statistics or book purchases or library visits or librarians publications, librarians activities, so everything pulled together, we used to release it as a library newsletter. And we have published 10 library newsletters. Okay, every year we release a library online copy only. We don't have a print copy, only online copy we used to release it. And this is our library YouTube channel. These are more than 300 plus videos on different aspects: library programs, library events, library competitions, library extension services. So all these videos are available in the YouTube channel. And apart from that, thanks to Government of India, we had a digital library fund from Government of Tamil Nadu in 21-22, and we had established a small digital library with 10 computers with net connection and UPS connection with AC. And so this digital library is being used for multiple purposes. Whether children want to come and read for some academic materials, or they want to search for some review of literature, or they want to prepare for competitive examinations, or they want to register for various projects like non-mudalban or RUSA or employment melas. So even our digital library is being serving as a admission facilitation center of government arts and science colleges the last 2 to 3 years. And we used to conduct our union election in the library, and digital library is serving as a kind of a trial lab for BBA students, because we have installed Tally kind of a trial version of library, digital library. So children, BBA children, they used to come to library and they used to practice, and even practicals for Tally we used to conduct in our digital library. And this is our digital library. We are using non-model registration, and yes, and that's what we used to conduct in different sections. Fine. Yes, I think am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. So I'll take 1 more minute before I conclude. See, because we need to have 3 to 4 minutes for some discussions also. I stop presenting. Of course, I've got some more case studies, and because of lack of time, no, I just stop with this. See, there is imagination is only the limit. See, wherever you are, whatever you do, and whatever kind of library you're having, whatever kind of space you have in the library, whether it is single hall library, or it is a multi-storied building library, it is separate building library, or it is a part of a classroom, you are the only one available, or you got 10 to 12 people, that things are all leaving apart, leaving away all those things. You should have a kind of inclination towards developing these practices, either for managing the information in the library or to provide better user experience for our users. See, a lot of libraries, for example, if you take Vaishnava College Library headed by Dr. Mani, I used to see a lot of initiatives from library side. Lot of initiatives. See, for example, I have seen only one. I have seen one very interesting program called Library Team Development Program. I think so far they conducted around more than 20 programs. See, librarian is interested to enhance the skill set of the professionals, those who are working in his library. So that is a great thing. Okay, so all the library professionals working in the particular library, they are keeping engaged with different kinds of skill sets. They learn a lot of new technologies, and they apply all those technologies in the library operations. This is one beautiful thing I had seen in Vaishnava College. And apart from that, just visit the blog of Vaishnava College, both in Blogspot and in sites and google.com. You will get lot of ideas, lot of programs which are organized by Dr. Mani. So I request all the participants, I know that every one of us, we are all doing our best. Okay, we have been inculcating, we have been delivering lot of best practices in our libraries. If at all you are able to get 1 or 2 best practices from my presentation, I'd be happy enough it. And please don't hesitate to share. See, if you're having a very good best practice, don't hesitate. Please share with all of us in the WhatsApp group, so that actually I'm not sharing any PPT, sir. I'm just speaking to you. So whatever best practices you have in your libraries, kindly share it in the WhatsApp group, so that our friends will be able to make a note of it, and we will try to implement it at our own level in our institutions. So thank you so much for this great opportunity. If at all you got 1 or 2 queries, you are most welcome, please.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Sir, good evening, sir.
This is Srinivas from AP, sir.
Very nice, very nice. Please, sir.
Sir, your presentation is excellent, sir. We are also in the process of NAC process, cycle 3, sir.
Super.
Sir, what are the best, you have listed best practices now, sir. So if it's put on the WhatsApp group, it's good for others.
Sure, sir. I have requested Dr. Mani to share all these PPTs in the WhatsApp group, or he'll be sending it your mail ID. You can have it, absolutely no problem. Apart from what I had demonstrated, a lot of good friends are there. Very, for example, we have Dr. Arumam sir from PhD College of Technology, and see, he used to have something like Pustaha Kodu during Navaratri festival. No, we used to have not just like a normal Kolu, no, where we arrange all the idols. Arumam sir used to have a Puttaha Kolu, book Kolu in his library. So every library is unique. They got different kinds of activities. Maybe because of lack of time, I'm not able to show everything. Sure, sir. I will share, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, session 3 PPT is posted in the seminar WhatsApp group. End of the session, we will share that through mail also. Thank you very much, sir, for your informative and valuable session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, friends.
Sir, one more question, Ramasamy sir.
Sir,
Yes,
please.
நாங்களாம் 1-2 ப்ரோக்ராமுக்கே காசு திரட்ட கஷ்டப்படுறோம். இவ்வளவு ப்ரோக்ராமுக்கு நிதி ஆதாரம் எங்க இருக்கு?
சார், ஆக்சுவலா உண்மையை சொல்ல போனா நிதி ஆதாரங்கிறது ஒரு பெரிய பிரச்சனையே இல்லை சார். ஏன் அப்படி நான் ஒரே ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் மட்டும் சொல்றேன் சார். இப்ப நாங்க காலேஜ்ல வந்து வருஷத்துக்கு ஒரு 2 ப்ரோக்ராம் பண்ணோம்னா நாங்க என்ன பண்றோம்னா வந்து பணம் வந்து யார்ட்டையும் வாங்குறது இல்லை சார். ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் வந்து இப்போ ஒரு காம்படிஷன் வச்சா கூட பசங்கிட்ட வந்து ரிஜிஸ்ட்ரேஷன் ஃபீ அப்பெல்லாம் எதுவும் வாங்குறது இல்லை. நிறைய பிரைவேட் காலேஜ்ல என்ன பண்றாங்கன்னா பசங்கிட்ட இருந்தே ரிஜிஸ்ட்ரேஷன் ஃபீலாம் வாங்குறாங்க. நாங்க அப்பெல்லாம் எதுவுமே வாங்குறது இல்லை சார். ஒண்ணு. ரெண்டாவது, நாங்க என்ன பண்றோம்னா 2 விதமா வந்து நாங்க சோர்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கிறோம். ஒன்னு, எங்க கவர்மெண்ட் காலேஜை பொறுத்தளவு PD1 நூலகம் இருக்கு சார். there's an account called PD1 லைப்ரரி. அந்த அமௌண்ட் வந்து வருஷம் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் வந்து ஒரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட் வந்து 10 ரூபாய் லைப்ரரிக்காக கொடுப்பாங்க. அந்த ஃபண்ட் அக்யூமுலேட் ஆகி PD1ல இருக்கும். அந்த பணத்துல இருந்து நாங்க நியூஸ் பேப்பர், மேகசின்ஸ் எல்லாமே வாங்குறது. அதுல இருந்து ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் கொடுக்க தேவையான அந்த புக்கோ சர்டிபிகேட்டோ பிரிண்ட் பண்ணிக்கும். இல்ல அப்படின்னா எங்க காலேஜ்லயே நிறைய ஸ்டாஃப் இருக்காங்க. நம்ம சொன்னா போது அவங்களே ஸ்பான்சர் பண்ணுவாங்க. இந்த இடம் வந்து ஒரு 5 புக்கு தானே, 6 புக்கு தான் நான் ஸ்பான்சர் பண்றேன், ஒரு 8 சர்டிபிகேட் நான் ஸ்பான்சர் பண்றேன். நிறைய ஃபேக்கல்டி மெம்பர்ஸ் எங்களுக்கு இந்த ப்ரோக்ராமுக்கு ஸ்பான்சர் பண்ணுவாங்க. ரெண்டாவது. மூணாவது, நம்ம நிறைய கடைகள்ல வந்து புக்ஸ் வாங்குறோம். அப்ப நாங்க என்ன பண்ணுவோம்னா அந்த புக்ஸ் செல்லர்ஸை வந்து கான்டாக்ட் பண்ணி, சார் இந்த வருஷம் நீங்க வந்து ஒரு 10 புக் கொடுங்க, நீங்க ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்க்கு வந்து ஒரு 10 மெடல் பண்ணி கொடுங்கன்னு என்ன பண்ணுவோம். we used to get these kinds of sponsors from either from our faculty members or from booksellers, and இதை வச்சு தான் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் பண்றோமே தவிர we don't go for any kind of collection sir. of course செமினார் நடத்துறோம்னா பணம் வாங்குவோம், கான்ஃபரன்ஸ் வச்சோம்னா பணம் வாங்குவோம். பட் காலேஜ் லெவல்ல வைக்கிற எந்த காம்படிஷனுக்குமே வந்து நாங்க we don't collect money from children but we manage. Thank you sir. Thank you for the question sir.
Thank you sir.